Like, hello! We are here live in, ano nga na to? Patpa.
In Crossroads, Cebu.
Crossroads Cebu. Welcome. We are going to have another session of low carb eats. But this time, we finished. Ano nga yung nauna natin? Samgyup,
Yes, Sanggit, Korean.
Korean,
And
then we went
Indian.
Bollywood.
Yes.
And then this one is Vietnamese. So, Patpa. And we are eating Vietnamese foods. As you all know, medyo carby. Mataas sa carbs.
Yes,
So,
because mostly noodles.
mostly noodles and then rice and then buns. Pero ipapakita namin sa inyo how you can actually eat low carb in Vietnamese cuisine. So if there are those who are watching like in Vietnam talaga or who are into Vietnamese foods, we will show you how to eat. So ito yung kanilang usual food. Ito yung mga salads and they have drinks, they have summer rolls. I think yung pinaka parang mamimiss ko siguro before is yung mga lumpia, yung mga spring rolls, yung mga wraps. Oo, because those ones are, nahilig talaga ako before sa mga lumpia. And so far, at least it's been a while. Hindi ko na maalala when was the last time I ate one.
Yeah, or just you remove the cover.
Remove the cover. Isa talaga yun sa mga mahirap mimic ng low carb. Kasi maraming available na low carb counterparts. Meron na ng low carb rice, meron ng low carb pasta, yes, alternatives, low carb everything. But when it comes to lumpia wrapper talaga, yun yung isa sa mga medyo mahirap ang mahanapan ng alternatives, mga replacement. So, to start, cheers. Is this hindi pa tayo kumakain, no? Hindi pa. So, this is our first. This is our first fluid intake.
We haven't had coffee in the morning.
Ah, really? So, first na naka-dry fast ka since last night? Me too! So, before, di ba, water is just like routine. You don't get to appreciate water before. But since we've been doing fasting and low carb and naka-experience ng dry fasting, you will actually tend to appreciate even water. So, kahit water. So, we will show you kung ano yung mga in-order namin and how to do it low carb. So, by its name here, Fat Pho, P-H-O, hindi siya po, no? Pho, it's Fat Pho. So, that's actually yung pinaka-base nila, yung soup, yung noodle soup. And it's usually made of noodles. But in here, of course, ito siya, I will show
Vegetables.
you. Yeah, so, pakita namin sa inyo. So, these are the ones we ordered for now. Don't worry, this is banh mi. So, this is like their most famous, para siyang bagat sandwich, but we will not eat this one, yung sa loob lang. So, this is the pho, and yung in-order namin without the noodles. So, nakikita nyo, instead of noodles, what they put are bean sprouts. So, mung bean sprouts. So, you can still enjoy the herbs and spices, all the meat that gusto na nandyan. Pero, at least this time, wala lang the low carb way, and walang hindi ko makuha kasi I'm using my left hand. Grabe, no? Hindi na. You're left-handed?
Yes, I'm left. No, I can do it left and right.
You can do it left and right. Oh, ang galing-galing naman. Even
in surgery, I can do it left and right.
Ay, yeah. Yeah. So, yun na yan. Ito yung sa akin. You do the black. I will try that left. I also do. So, yun yung na-develop natin eh. I'm, also, ano yung ambidextrose is both. Yes. So, hindi lang basta right hand or left hand. When you do surgery, you will really have to know how to manipulate with your other hand, instrument. So, kasi especially if assist ka lang ng iyong senior before, you will really tend. So, tagal ko lang hindi nakapag major surgeries, kaya siguro hindi na ako marunong. So, I will just do with my right hand. So, ito yung pho. So, this is the soup. Okay, so pwede kayong mag-enjoy ng Vietnamese soup without the noodles. And good thing sa kanila, they have a lot of vegetables.
Yes.
So the meat, you will
Para
still full. Mafe-feel mo pa rin na kumakain ka. And what's nice about this one are the bean sprouts. It's para siya noodles din in consistency. So you can see, tingnan nyo, di ba parang noodles din? And madali lang pala magpa-sprout ng beans. Marunong ka? Hindi. I have, pero hindi ko rin alam. But before in bayanihan mission, No, you don't have to plant. Yung munggo, beans, you just soak it overnight. And then it will just sprout. Oo, sabi nila. But hindi ko pa rin na-try. But yun yung sabi nila. Sobrang dali lang daw. And when it comes to banh mi naman, so, tingnan mo, parang naka-highlight talaga siya dyan. So, that one, that's banh mi. So, it's made
Famous
of the baguette. And then cilantro, meatballs, shalua. Ano kaya ang shalua? Parang another vegetable, no? Cucumbers, scallions, eggs, pickles, ham, liver pate, and baguette pa din. So, eto na siya. Sobrang dami kung titingnan nyo. But actually, it's just very cute. So, eto na siya. So, since nahilig ako sa ganito, so what we'll do, as usual, we just remove the bread. So, para natin siyang gagawin lang plate, and then we can just eat what's inside. So, yan. And then, what else did you get? This one is fried chicken. Marinated in fish sauce. So, fish sauce, o yung patis. Patis is okay with low carb because fish sauce is fish sauce. Hindi siya made of salt. Hindi siya made of other products. It's mostly fish. Although this one, I think it looks sweet. Baka may konting sugar yan. At least hindi tayo nagkumain ng rice, wala tayong noodles. So, we remove all the major carbs. So, this episode is basically for low carb eating Vietnamese. So, Vietnamese cuisine na you can still enjoy.
You can modify
Low
carb way.
You can modify the low carb way. Of course, being outside, hindi mo natin kontrolado kung ano yung mga ingredients. So, this is already in our caution list. So, naka-caution list na tayo. But still, we get to enjoy. I think this is going to be one of our last meal together.
Yes.
I'm gonna miss you. Pero,
And then we will fast.
we will fast. We will fast after. At saka, galing din tayong fasting. So, although late ako na-close ng window last night because pumunta kami ng nila V, nila
Okay.
Ken and Yan. So, yun. They had wine. Tapos ako soda water and zero sugar lemonade. Medyo sobrang, dito, so bright. Kaya, wala kasi akong, ano nga to? Salad.
Salad.
So,
The
this
shrimp
is
salad.
the shrimp salad. And also,
Bean sprouts.
Bean sprouts pa din. And merong shrimp, tomato. Sabi nila, merong sour mango. Sour mango, green mango.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Vietnamese coffee.
Yes, please. And we've got the Vietnamese coffee na yung Vietnamame coffee
With all the
is
condensed milk.
usually kasi may condensed milk. So kami, since this is our first coffee today, so this is our coffee. So it's a drip coffee na pwede nyo lang ilagay. And it's so cute. So tamang-tama lang yan. Na yung kanyang pag-drip is enough lang na nabu-brew yung coffee on its own and later it will be ready. So it's so cute. Is this everything na? Meron pa tayong pork, no? Meron pa tayong pork.
Spare ribs.
Spare ribs. So this one is maganda. It's very pretty. So still, akalain nyo parang pasta, no? Parang pasta, but it's just bean sprout. Sa ganito kagandang bean sprout, I think you can make a pasta out of it. Pwede kang gumawa ng carbonara and spaghetti na yung gagawin mong noodles is made of bean sprouts. So this one, yung cropek, don't mind na lang. Okay? So, what else? Wala pa yung spare ribs. Meron pa ba? Ito na, no? It was 5 of them. Sige, pwede na. And I think our coffee will also be ready in no time. So, kain tayo. Bon appetit. How do you say bon appetit in Vietnamese? Hindi ko alam. Hindi ko pa napag-aralan yung Vietnamese. Little bit. This is for our soup. Diyan na tayo. Mag-share na. Diyan na tayo. Hindi na tayo magkukuha pa ng kukuha ka ng bowl for the soup. We're sisters. We're sisters. We're practically family and we live together for almost a week. So, okay lang. At pareho kami fully vaccinated. And all the places that we go requires full vaccination. Hindi ka makakapasok without vaccination. So, I think I love banana. So, this one, you just open. Yung carrots, it's actually in our caution list because it can be starchy kapag marami. But you cannot overeat man siguro sobrang daming carrots, no? Hindi ka kainin ng sobrang daming carrots. So this one, I will just get. Yung kanyang carrots is pickled.
Ah, okay. So that's why Vietnamese is um, mm, it's full of carbs.
Full of carbs generally. So, ito yung laman ng banh mi. So, kukunin lang natin. Cucumber, the ham, the meat. Pickled na hindi sweet. Parang vinegar lang. Yun yung na-mention ko last time, yung sabi ng kuya ko. What makes the food satisfying and delicious is if it underwent heat. So fire, cooked. And then, that's why kung raw, it's not a universal thing. Like, not everybody loves raw food. But generally, lahat ng tao nakakakain ng cooked food. Because of that experience, na yung food that underwent fire, it gives a certain taste, a certain kind of satisfaction na only cooked food can get. Tayo nga sa Pilipinas, puro overcooked food, no?
Yes. Overcooked. If some Filipinos order steak, they want it like really well done, di ba? Parang siyang acquired taste, just like Japanese na it's raw.
But generally, by nature, eating cooked food is like a universal thing for humans. So being cooked food and also having some acidity. So, like, marami tayong mahilig sa maasim, di ba? Although not everyone. Merong iba ayaw sa maasim. But we are not just talking about vinegar. So, lemon, calamansi. That's why marami. Halos lahat siguro.
Lemon,
Gusto
calamansi,
nilalagyan. And they have also this. This one is lime. Is it lime? So, this one is lime. Okay. So, this one, we are just eating Vietnamese. Kasi, Bát Pho is just... Carrots. Oh. Carrots is so pretty. Okay? Again, caution list. Ewan ko kung anong nakalagay dyan na marinade. Pero yun. We are eating this kasi the last time I ate, siguro internship or ano ba? Sobrang tagal. Or PGI-ship.
When?
Weird. Because it's not in Bacolod. Because it's not in Bacolod.
Okay.
So, Bacolod na ako since late 2015. And this one, 6-7 years. Tagal na.
Ah, okay.
But the one I ate is the one in Robinson's, in Puente. I think kami magkasama nila, Kenton and Maricreel. That time.
Cash payment, please.
But,
We are not still on low carb that time.
no, we are eating everything in banh mi and everything in the pho. But for those po na nagtatanong kung ano yung pwede niyong makain in low carb, like I think may nakita ko comment ngayon lang, like construction worker daw siya and ano daw yung pwede niyang kainin. Huwag kayong mas-scam. Like kumakain kami in a restaurant na akala natin yung low carb is like that. No. Actually, yung safest food that you can eat is yung nakakain nyo sa bahay. It's just that, wala akong bahay dito. So, I don't have choice. No. And Kim's place is also very, very busy and hindi talaga nagpa-prepare kasi right
I don't
now,
even do groceries. I just order, but still in the low carb.
kasi yung schedule mo, you are
Basically from the south of Cebu.
hospitals and then another, yung practically yung buhay mo ngayon is nasa hospital and clinic, so no time to prepare. But if you have the luxury of time to prepare for your family, for yourself, then best talaga to eat on your own. At hindi kailangan mahal. Itlog lang.
Yeah. I have a patient na sabi niya, hindi ako mag-low carb. I'll just watch Dr. Rojo, but before, when you started like early on, sabi niya, akala niya pang artista lang daw.
Ang low carb.
Expensive yung low carb. So, yung mga keto na dessert, so it's expensive. And then, when now, looking at your videos, so parang siyang na-educate. So, you can really prepare it even at your home.
At hindi kailangan mahal. And you don't actually need so many adjustments. So, basta alam mo, you know, which ones ang safe, which ones ang caution list. So, kung ayaw nyo ng red meat like beef and pork, So you can actually maximize eating mostly chicken or isda. At hindi kailangan isda. Hindi niyo ako maluloko sasabihin yung mahal yung isda. Kasi bumibili ako ng isda. And there's a talipapa in our place na yung mga maliliit na isda, it can even go as low as 30 pesos per kilo. 20 mo sa'yo? Wow!
In Mindanao, 20 pesos.
Oh my God! So yung pinakamura na bili ko is 30 pesos per kilo. Ewan ko lang kung mauubos mo yan on your own.
Yeah,
But,
1 kilo.
so, at hindi nyo kailangan ng rice. Kung gusto nyo mabusog, ubusin nyo yung 1 kilo na yun na isda. And the small ones are the healthiest.
And then if you are on fasting, di ba, you just eat once a day.
Once a day is enough.
No.
So, hindi talaga. Quantity will lessen.
Yes.
So, your expense will lessen. That's why, kung paminsan-minsan, like for us, if we eat outside, we know it's more expensive than eating inside our house.
Yeah.
But also, sabi mo na you can afford because it's the only meal that you will eat.
Yes. No snacks.
Oh, no
It's not-
snacks. No
It's
snacks.
not 3 times a day. And then your coffee is, di ba, yung mga cream.
Wala na. Wala creamer, wala na sugar. Sa mga hindi pa sanay, they're having stevia, they're having extra sweeteners. Pero the most basic one, if you go as simple, the simpler, the better. Okay?
And then, the simpler, the cheaper.
The
Just like
cheaper.
your coffee.
So, simplest form of egg, scrambled, fried. No? That's the liver patin. So, hindi ako kumakain ng liver, pero yung kinakain ko lang talagang liver before for the longest time is yung mga liver spread. Kasi, kasi masarap yung lasa. But now I'm starting to incorporate liver whenever I can kasi it's one of the healthiest food. Although we don't need to eat so much. Okay? Like pwedeng tumaas
It's a good
yung
source of iron.
Yeah, it's a good source of iron, especially for females. Sa mga lalaki naman, hindi nyo kailangan ng marami because our body knows how to recycle the iron. Every 3 months, on average, yung mga red blood cells natin namamatay and they regenerate new red blood cells. But the iron coming from the dead red blood cells is recycled. So actually, we don't need so much iron except for females na nagbibili
They
talaga.
menstruate, yes, because we menstruate every month and then they get pregnant also.
So, yun. So, halos ubos na yung ating banh mi. So, kunin lang natin yung nasa loob. And this one is done na. Sarap. Good. So, para ni sir na construction worker, huwag kayong mag-alala po. Okay? Pwedeng kumain ng low carb na mura. I understand na noon, sasabihin mo, nabubusog ka lang kung yung food mo is dapat, ano talaga. Like, you're done with this? Okay. Dapat 3 rice, 4 na rice, 5 rice. Pero I challenge you. Tingnan nyo po kung how will you feel if one time yung kakainin nyo, yung ulam lang. Akala kasi ng iba, when you do low carb, kapag tinanggal mo yung kanin, yung matitirang ulam, which is isang kapirasong, for example, na ulam, is that is already enough. Of course, that's not enough.
Hindi yan mostly rice, so it's mostly carbohydrates.
Do you have crushed ice? Wala. I'll do okay. A glass of ice, Dara. For our coffee. Okay. Because there's a Vietnamese restaurant in Bacolod. They have Vietnamese coffee. But their glass is crushed ice. So the moment you put in yung hot coffee, partly natutunaw agad. And it's just the perfect combination. Kasi there's one thing mo, very, very small lang, very content, but very, very strong. It's a very rich flavor.
There's also a place here that serves Vietnamese coffee, but the one with the egg.
Yeah, yung egg coffee.
Egg coffee.
It's
And
okay.
it's iced.
It's ice also. So para siya nakakatakot because it's raw egg yolk. Raw egg yolk at kape. If hindi nyo pa na-imagine yan, you can try that. Pero kaya nga lang it has sugar eh. Maybe next time if we can order that, magdala tayo ng ating sariling sweetener. So this is the cup. At ito yung special wherein lahat ng meat. But you can't do away with carbs, so tingnan nyo, yung meat nila, yung meatballs nila, merong mga parang mga rice noodles. Yan. Pero mga kakaunti. Konti na naman. Hindi naman tayo ganun ka-oil. By history, yung mga pagkain across cuisine, marami yung carbs. It's based on the economy. Kasi mas mura yung carbs.
Yes.
So, that's
Like the
why,
rice.
especially the poor countries, so we are not discriminating with anybody. Tayo, we've had a history as poor country, being Filipino. Third world countries, and even countries that are not third world anymore. But still, they've had history before as workers. Like America cannot live without mashed potato or corn or di kaya fries.
India has chapati.
India has chapati, all the bread, the flat breads, yung mga wrap nila. Europe, noodles. So it's all carbs and it's made to extend the food. And then, yung history pa pala as workers, like factory workers or agricultural workers, you will motivate people to keep on working for you. If you keep on supplying them food, you make them dependent on you. So, with carbohydrates, ang hirap kumain ng isang beses sa isang araw because you will really feel very hungry. So,
It's not parang not a long-term source of energy.
yes, so that's why after 3 hours of eating carbs, magugutom ka na naman ulit. So, it developed as a means to sustain para po makakain yung mga workers, factory workers, farm workers. But it made them dependent also in their landlords sa kanilang sa mga may-ari ng mga employers nila. And it became that way. So, eventually, kahit pa you no longer have any issue like with money, you can afford already. Pero nasanay na yung katawan mo na depending on carbs, depending on rice. Even if you don't have, you can really buy if you want.
And knowing everything this and knowing all of this now, so we should still change that stuff. Na talagang we will depend on the carbs for our energy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You will just hot lang? Hot ka lang?
No,
Cold ka din? So, this is yung kanilang parang isa, magtatap mo lang. So cute. Para siyang yung mo, di ba? Yung portable mo na coffee. This one. And then, since medyo strong pa din, we can add more water. Cheers. Cheers time. Coffee cheers. Sarap niya. And then very refreshing. It's very, very refreshing. And then kapag nandito na tayo, we will add more water. Okay lang kami sa malasaw. And I don't know, basta yung coffee na ganito na kalasaw, yung this part, na I can feel na parang siya tumatamis. Like, meron siyang pleasure, no?
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
I always have this before. Like all my before 3-in-1 during that school, diba? And then in a half ko siya.
And then,
Gusto ko talaga
yung lasaw, yung very thin flavor. Before, hindi kita maintindihan, di ba? Di ba ba ito? Parang naman itong tubig. But this time, at least this one, without sugar, without cream. So, okay na, okay. So, what else? It's very nice. It's very refreshing. So, nalasa ko. Ano tayo? Pusin ko muna ito. Chicken wings and then the pork ribs. Ito yung kanilang shrimp salad. Shrimp, among the many animal-based meat, isa siya sa highest protein content per gram. Like, yung iba, like chicken, maximum na siguro, depending on the part, and the beef, maximum na yung 40 to 50% is protein.
Really? The shrimp?
But the shrimp is 92% the 90 to 92% is pure proteins. So, grabe talaga. Pero, kaya rin siya maliit. You have to eat so much more. If pwede lang, shrimp pa yung only source mo ng protein. Good. No? Maraming salamat po. So, sir, sa construction worker po na nagsabing i-hide natin yung mga ibang kasama. Ayaw nila sumama sa akin. You can join Life Without Rice para po ma-inspire kayo sa mga pagkain pwede ninyong makain. That's still low carb. Okay? So,
Just like yesterday, last night, di ba? Hospital food yung nakain ko. So therefore, I just ate
nandiyan ba? You can show, nandiyan pala. The picture, you took a picture of it, di ba?
Yes, wait.
Yeah. Sinend mo sa akin.
Oo.
Kasi when we are working, wala tayong choice kasi kasama na yun yung food doon. But you can actually still stay low carb kahit pa sinabing hindi siya low carb meal. Regular pack lang. There. Yan, pakita mo.
Look at that. So, rice na lang yung natira.
No. Yan, rice lang. Okay, kinain lang niya yung chicken, di ba? Chicken,
Yes,
kasi kita ko chicken
and
bone.
then the vegetable. Yeah, that's it.
The vegetable. Yan lang yung kinain mo kapon?
Yes.
Oh!
And this was the other night.
The other night, Monday. So, no need for extra condiments. Ito na lang. So, yun. That's our low carb eat for today. I hope you get to learn something. And of course, hindi kailangan expensive. Hindi kailangan expensive. Hindi kailangan mahal. Hindi kailangan complicated. The simpler, the better. Vegetables, gulay, fresh salad, o di kaya sauteed, o vegetable in your eggs.
Yes,
Gumawa ka ng
tapos,
omelette.
Mako-control mo pa pag ikaw yung gumawa.
Yeah, you can control and you can really know kung ano yung ingredients na nandyan. You can make sure na walang sugar, walang extra kung ano-ano. And of course, for those of you who need some guidance, who feel like you can benefit from a guided approach, we have a masterclass going on. So, it's a low carb and fasting masterclass by yours truly. Nandyan po yung mga admins natin to help you. Check nyo lang po LCF Masterclass by Josephine Grace, Chua, Rojo, MD. And this is my good friend, of course, our low carb OBGYN specialist, Doc Kim, on a break. Mag-clinic siya actually, sinamahan lang niya ako. But she will be there para sa mga patients niya later. She will be there. And to Davao naman, thank you so much. I'll see you in Davao on December 11, 5 p.m. Or it's a sundown meet and greet. And then on December 12, we will be in Manila, NCR. So, message nyo na po si Admin Angela for the details. Still 5 p.m. And last meet and greet would be in Iloilo.
Wow! Sana makasama ako sa everywhere.
Oh, how I wish. So, pwede pala magkasama tayo. But next time. So, thank you so much. I'll see you again in our next video. Remember to always stay low carb so that you all stay safe. So, coffee cheers again. Coffee cheers.